So recently, a YouTuber most of you guys know in the Shell Shockers community called Fulgrimed made a video called PLG Apology. This was him saying in the past video called PLG was the worst thing to happen to Shell Shockers that what he said was false, and sorry PLG. Now this seems like a nice thing, and believe me it is. But then he takes a path of not apology, but vengeance. This was directly pointed at Quantum. I will be going through the points he said in PLG Apology in order and explaining my side of the story. Now his first point was toxicity. He explains that PLG isn't the only place that has toxicity, and because it is huge, there will be more toxic gamers. Now this is true, only that he says the majority of the toxicity was just misconceptions of jokes and meaningless banter. Okay, sure buddy. Now look, I understand that there are some people who make jokes on other people with the victim not knowing that the person is joking, and I think this should be clarified. If you did mean it as a joke and the person took it hard, don't say it's a joke. This is relatively similar to saying it's just a prank, which gives leeway to say whatever you want as long as it's in the name of comedy. Now he made a sub-point in the toxicity. Leaders cannot always oversee the actions and things spoken by the members, so it's out of control for the people in charge. Yes, okay, thank you. That is true. PLG leaders probably don't suck, I honestly haven't talked to them. So my judgment is based off only my peers, which usually is biased, but I think that Bean isn't a bad person. But we're like that as well. Like, to be honest, my admins told me that Bean knew Quantum and it was stopped. Lord Quantum reached out to Fulgrimed to have this aired, and we by no means tried to blow this thing out of proportion. Then he talks about PLG being self-centered and not carrying anything, and how what he said is false. I just want this to be clear, this isn't a counterattack against PLG and Fulgrimed. Instead, this is my way of defending, and also trying to end this controversy. PLG isn't bad, it's not. It's a massive clan that almost revolutionized Shell Shockers. It's the most widely known clan, meaning people who don't get in will slander. But not all of them are false. He had some screenshots showing the people who are slandering. But what is your evidence to show that they're lying? Because some PLG people said so? That's like having a trial and only having the prosecutor speak. So of course everyone would think that we're lying. In his next point about PLG scamming and nuking other small clans, this one I honestly have no clue with this, but I can tell that a lot of what Fulgrimed was saying is fuzzy as well. To be honest, this feels like fighting each other blindfolded because in one of Fulgrimed's screenshots, Fulgrimed said, "the one who nuked Quantum" as a caption to one of our head administrators, Sweat or Nitin said. Like what? That guy is one of our most trusted members who looks after this clan whenever he can. So maybe it's a typo, but for now I have no idea what you mean. Yes, it seems quite rich for me to talk about this with little information on that topic, but you actually admitted to not having much information yourself in your first video about PLG being scummy. Then he calls Quantum out very briefly for nuking two smaller servers, which if you didn't know were Rage and DCT. These are both PLG owned, and the nukers spammed Quantum all over the general chat, which framed us. Now this was later resolved when Lord spoke to Chicks, leader of Rage, and Fishy, the leader of BCT, who both agreed that we were wrongly accused. So in other words, we did a nuke. Now the next part is him rambling on about how Quantum is toxic because frick Quantum. Nice argument there. So to be frank, this is some harsh judgment on his PLG apology, which was his harsh judgment on us. So my question here is, now what? Are we going to continue this back and forth fight, or can we put this behind us and move on? I'm willing to take that step with the acknowledgement that both of us took this way too far, and we can start over to make Shell Shockers a more fun place.